protection order, and I'm going to ask Councillor Cartwright, who's the executive member for public protection, to present the item, and then I have three councillors who would like to address us on it. We've got Councillor Davis from Fareham North West, and we've got Councillor Mrs Trott from Fareham East, and we've got Councillor Cunningham from Porchester East, who will be addressing us on it. But I'll ask Councillor Cartwright to introduce it first, please.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd just like to say I think they were two excellent deputations. I've been out on patrol with the police and a number of the other agencies over the last few months, and I think they really summed up exactly what's going on in the borough at the moment, so I thought they were very useful indeed. So to go on to the actual paper this evening, we're being asked to implement a Public Spaces Protection Order, PSPO, under Section 59 of the Anti-Social Behaviour, Crime and Policing Act 2014, following the statutory consultation. So what is a PSPO? The Act gave new powers to local authorities to tackle antisocial behaviour, one of which was a PCSPO. This gives the police and authorised officers extra powers to deal with activities linked to antisocial behaviour which are having a negative impact on the quality of life of those living in a local community. The order proposes to bring in controlled alcohol zone and a range of controls to prevent street drinking, rough sleeping, begging and the taking of drugs in public place. And that's shown in the shaded area in Appendix B. I think my assistant is going to show the big map.
It's upside down, yeah.
So as you can see, the map is the shade in red, and it covers all the areas where we've had problems to date, actually. That's the actual designated area. Thank you very much. So, why have a PCSPO in Fareham Town Centre? Well, I think you've probably already heard that from the deputies, but really existing to add, Fareham is a safe place to live, work and visit with low crime rates in the town centre. However, the council and the police have received an increasing number of complaints from the public, local residents and businesses about antisocial behaviour linked to street drinking, taking of drugs, persistent begging and rough sleeping in the town centre. Since 2014, there's been a steady increase in antisocial behaviour and crime associated with street drinkers, etc. In the summer of 2016, a substantial increase in crimes associated with drinking, violence and drugs increased in the areas around West Street, which included Trinity Church Gardens, Museum Gardens, the Gillies, Gardens of Reflection and the Osborne Road multi-storey car park. Statistically, between the period November 2015 to August 2016, antisocial behaviour has risen by 30%. According to the police record management system, 694 incidents were reported to the police between February and August 2016. In addition to the statutory consultees, a public consultation was undertaken between the 17th of August and the 27th of September, where 544 people took part. We received some good responses, which, just very quickly, street drinking, 96% of residents in favour, drug plaiting, 98% of residents in favour, persistent begging, 91% of residents in favour, and rough sleeping, 81% of respondents in favour. This is in favour of the PCSPO, of course. An Appendix C in the paper shows the consultation analysis. We also talk about helping people with complex needs, and we're saying very clearly that some of the people involved in antisocial behaviour within the town centre have a complex range of problems underlying their actions and behaviour. The council works closely with the police, and there are 14 specialised organisations, and I'll repeat, 14, such as local substance misuse support groups, mental health professionals, and homeless charities to support them and help them to try and turn their lives around. So, with regards to a PSPO, it could only be used as a last resort. The council and its partners monitor antisocial behaviour issues daily with in-depth evaluation meetings taking place every fortnight. Support needs of every person involved in antisocial behaviour is considered and plans put in place to help them. Enforcement would normally only be considered as a last resort if someone continued to take part in antisocial behaviour following prolonged help from various support agencies. So how would the PCSPO work in the town centre? The proposed new measures would not make it an offence to drink alcohol or sleep rough in the town centre. However, it will be an offence not to stop when asked to do so by an officer. Officers will then have the powers to confiscate and dispose of substances, e.g. drugs or alcohol, prosecute someone who does not comply, and consider an option, and that's the important one, to consider an option to issue a fine of up to £100 for those who continue to ignore request. Officers could only use these powers if alcohol, drug consumption or persistent begging were directly linked to antisocial and disorderly behaviour, or if they believe such behaviour may occur. All cases will be dealt with on their individual merits, and the PCSPO would have written into it tests of reasonable excuse. This will provide an exemption to individuals if the excuse for their behaviour is reasonable. And Appendix D in the paper shows the equality assessment's impact. The equality impact assessment. So I believe that it's this outlined approach balances the support needs of people involved in antisocial behaviour within the town centre, alongside the need to respond effectively to complaints from the public and take action against illegal activities. And I think also the other thing I would just like to add also is we talk and we hear people saying about homeless people and they need to be supported. Nobody needs to be homeless in the borough of Fareham. We have the duty as a council to provide bed and breakfast, to put people into bed and breakfast, to support them, etc. So there's no excuse for people to be homeless because there are things in place to actually deal with it. I think the problem really occurs is, I think as the deputies have already said, that a lot of the people wish to remain homeless. That's their choice. They don't wish to go into what's done for them. So I think that's quite important. So back to the recommendation, we're being asked to implement the Public Places Protection Order.